Hello, and welcome to the fifth and final unit of Games as Art. So, what I'd like to do before I get started on what this unit is all going to entail is go back and take a look at how Games as Art is really connected to the rest of what is being taught in IAP. Okay, so the first module that you did something with your hands was visual art. And we connected with visual art when we did the postcards, right? We drew on postcards, we changed the meaning with changing just one little thing. And I wanted to be able to build upon conceptually your knowledge of visual art and understanding that, hey, if you just change one small thing, you're going to change the entire meaning of the piece. So that's what that was about. We also connected with visual art when we made the maquettes in System as Art, where you did the board game with no rules, and also the maquettes that we're going to do in the well-played game. Okay, and so anytime you created something with your hands, you've actually connected with the tradition of visual art. So in the next unit, what you did was performance. And so when did we connect with performance? Well, we connected when in the Freedom from Systems unit, where you did the collaborative drawing, and what was important was not the final drawing, but the act of everyone coming together and collaborating and each contributing something to that. Okay. Also in that unit, I asked you to play with somebody, you know, your dog, your cat, your family, your friends, the other students. And so all of that is connecting with the idea that games are a type of performance. Okay? They're not activated until somebody plays them. And that happens with toys as well. Without the actual performance of the thing happening, the game or the toy, nothing happens. It doesn't exist. And so that's where we connect with performance. Okay. In digital media, I've encouraged you over and over again to use your digital media collage skills. You did a composite image here, and so you got the opportunity to reuse those skills when I asked you to collage your postcard if you wanted to digitally, if you felt like it, to make your storyboards that you did in Broken Systems, or actually the storyboard would happen in the lexicon of the video game. And so I asked you to really start to explore digitally as well as traditionally. So you can see in this unit we've done a mixture of digital and traditional work, and also conceptual work. Okay, so that brings us to the last unit, which was all about sound art. And in sound art, you think, well, we didn't use sound, did we? Well, yeah, you did. When you're going to. No, actually you did in the Disrupting Technology unit, where you deleted things out of an existing game template, if you will. And so there was sound in that. And so did you choose to keep the sound? Did you choose to take the sound out? There's that. But also, where it really connects is much of where sound art comes from is the very same place that game art comes from. And I'm not talking about game art in the sense of making characters for a video game. I'm talking about games as art. So the games as art movement is a highly conceptual, theoretical, and philosophical movement. And it's gaining its importance in the institutional art world. Okay, so we're super connected. People who create games as art, we're really connected heavily with the history and the evolution of sound art. So really, games as art is this culmination of all the experiments in sound art and performance art and digital art and visual art, all coming together to create this whole new innovation where we're breaking down the door and making the space for games as works of art in the institutional art world. Okay, so that's what I'd like to talk about as far as like how we're connected. So let's get into it. Let's click into here and let's take a look at what's going to happen in this unit. What's going to happen in this unit is the idea of the well-played game, as Bernie DeCoven taught it, and the idea of play as resistance. They're two separate ideas. Well, they're kind of related-ish. You'll see as you learn it. So in Bernie DeCoven, what he taught about is he taught about like there are people who are like game people. Who's like the rules are really important. The game is really important. And then there are players, and the players are like, no, it has to be fun. The play is important. And I don't care about the rules. And so they will actually change the rules to make it more fun. And so that's one of the big main ideas I want you to get out of this. And so Brenda Romero and Ronald Real, they're both interested in play as resistance. Like, how can we use, games and play as a way to bring awareness, to show people how they're complicit by questioning inequality and things like that. Okay. And so these two artists are really important as well. So as usual, I want you to experience all of this and then go take the unit quiz. Okay. So if you're in the face-to-face version of this course, what you'll do is we'll brainstorm in class about introducing play into a mundane object. We'll talk about like how is that play as resistance? Is that are we foregrounding the well-played game as a thought, an idea? What do we want to do? So that's what we're going to do in class. If you're in the online version of the course, what you'll do is you'll either brainstorm by yourself, which you can do just fine, or you can get together with your friends and family, or you can reach out to the other students and see if you want to do a collaborative brainstorming session with people in the class. Okay, so it's up to you what you want to do. So if you're in the online version of the course. Now everyone does the homework, and the homework, what I want you to do is create a maquette. That's like a really small version of something. Okay, a maquette of a playful interactive experience of resistance. I want you to be really inspired by Rael and Romero. I want you to really try to make something wonderful and clever. It's really hard to do, but take a shot. And students I've met over the years have a wonderful, wonderful sense of humor, and so I'm inviting you to use that. When you're finished, create a video on the importance of your piece, explain why you designed it the way you did, and this is a really nice picture of your maquette, okay? I want you to add the piece to your portfolio website. The picture and the YouTube video need to be on that page. And then turn in the URL to the page for this project here. So there's a start assignment button at the top. You click on that per usual, and you will put in a URL. You see that you submit a website URL, and what that means is that's the page where you're going to put this on your portfolio website. And that's it. Let me know if you have any questions.